NBA on 2K Sports. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. With Brett Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. The Denver Nuggets came away with the win, their last meeting this season against the Knicks. And they pulled away up 2-1 in the season series after that win, hoping to close things out here tonight 3-1.
I like their aggressiveness in that one. No one's going to give you anything. You've got to go out and take it.
And going back and watching that game, there was not one spot on the floor that they did not own.
Now here's Simmons. Walker with the rebound. You know, Brent, when you talk about home court advantage, the Knicks have one of the best.
Well, New York is so electric, and just, I have memories, Kevin, of walking out on that court, and it just feeling different. So the Mecca is back, and when it's loud, it is delicious.
Pass to Buzelis. Screen by Simmons. And there's the call on Amen Thompson.
First personal foul.
That is his first foul of the game. Here's Castle. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Just 5 on the clock. Castle misses. Now the Knicks with it. Let's send it over to David Aldridge, who caught up with head coach Tom Thibodeau. D.A.?
You immediately mentioned that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, of course, is at the top of their scouting report. Told me the key to stopping SGA is defending without fouling. Easier said than done, but try to keep him off the free throw line. And try, emphasis on try, to make Shai a jump shooter. A very tall task, guys.
Thanks so much, David. Vassell, no good.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Allen. Here's Castle. And it's Vassell with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly struggling here with the foul. Still early. And just one more will put him over the limit.
Stolen by Walker.
Yeah, 2 turnovers already in just the first few minutes. Clearly a bit careless. They need him to refocus.
First team foul.
The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. And Ball slams it in.
I love these plays. Lonzo Ball shows you just how athletic he is.
It's been a slow start here for Denver. Looking for their first basket of the game. Pass to Buzelis. He lobs it up. And then Buzelis with the dunk.
Assist from.
And that ends the struggle. You could feel the tensions in the building with each miss.
Yeah, massive relief there. Getting a little bit frustrating for them until that bucket. Shooting 4 of 5 to start the game. That's got to be a feel good.
9-2.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside, Simmons. Stolen by Ball. It's Thompson off the drive. That shot misses. Good D by Gilgeous-Alexander. Out left to the wing. Allen outside. Stolen by Walker. Thompson outside. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And there's Michael Malone calling timeout here. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations.
For the Nuggets, number 10.
The Nuggets trail by 7. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. to the wing on the left. Here's Castle. Still without a basket. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That one on Ayton.
14 foul.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. The Knicks leading by 4. Thompson outside. Pass to Walker. And the dunk by Walker.
When Jarris Walker stuffs it, we feel those bucks over here.
Here's Castle. Allen outside. Inside. And the basket by Castle. Castle's got 5 points so far.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Down low. The kick out to Ball. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Here's Castle. He has 5. Pass to Buzelis. Here's Castle. Screen by Allen. On the clock. And stolen by Ayton. And here we go. Thompson heading to the hoop.
And with his movement skills, Thompson routinely catches defenders out of position.
Second team foul.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for New York.
At the line.
How about the ball movement so far? I mean, the unselfishness, everyone here just playing for one another, and that can be infectious.
Getting to the inside is really important, but it's how close you can get to the basket. It feels like these guys are all around the rim in their attack tonight.
Buzelis with the ball. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Bridges outside. Pass to Ayton. Sinks that one from the post. Ayton's got his second basket of the game.
Such a tremendous physical profile that Ayton has. He's getting it done down low.
Now Buzelis to the paint. Here's Allen. And Denver again with the bucket.
And Allen not bothered at all from that little bit of contact.
And great for Buzelis. Basketball has been a part of his family for generations.
Yeah, how about that? Both his parents played professionally in Lithuania, as did both of his grandfathers. And his dad now works for the Lithuanian men's national team as a physiotherapist.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Nuggets are an example of how you build a contender from the ground up. Coach Michael Malone says, I'm hoping we can be a blueprint for a lot of young teams, young coaches, and young GMs. Be patient. Let it build the right way, bring in the right kind of people, and you never know what's going to happen. Kevin?
Well, David, you've just triggered a lot of thoughts here. But doing it that way, to me, feels the right way. And a lot of fun to watch their success. And we thank you for the report. And it's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. Leading by 5.
In for the Nuggets, number 24, Jaden Springer.
Here's Denver now. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Allen outside. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Smith on the wing. Clock at 6. Stolen by Thompson. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. In the corner, Smith with it. Bridges outside. Smith with it. Now Smith defending. Smith wide open. He fires. Rebounded by Allen.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Gilgeous-Alexander looking around. And slam dunk by Allen.
Not getting old here. Seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Knicks lead by 15. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen from the Knicks so far, what do you guys think?
Well, credit their anticipation skills on the defensive end. They forced a number of turnovers.
Just playing some real gritty defense right now, just getting up in bodies and forcing a lot of turnovers.
Smith outside. Pass to Springer. Back to Smith. Here's Springer. And he hits it to tie the game up. Springer's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Nuggets. Now, here's ball. Vassell outside. Out to Smith. Jacks up a three. Vassell grabs the board. And it's the Nuggets with the ball. They've got the Wizards ahead of them. Their next game in Washington. That will conclude their brief two-game road trip. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. 5 on the clock. At the top of the key, Buzelis. No good. Shot missing. To the inside. Walker. Banked in off the glass. Walker's got 6 points. And Brent, you hear some players now having their shooting motion analyzed with optical recognition. More data for the shot doctors.
Well, Kevin, information is one thing, but disseminating that information and being able to communicate that to a player is really where the rubber meets the road. How are you going to help him grow with that kind of analysis?
It's Vassell on the wing. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Vassell's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Smith outside. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Pass to Springer. There's the triple. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from Rain.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Gives the team such a great element, having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
And it's Michael Malone calling timeout here. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. For those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Springer. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. Launches a three. Buries the long-range jumper. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the lead up to 1 now for Denver.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Fires it up. Vassell, no good.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Springer. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Pass to Walker. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. The sell, no good. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Nuggets. Smith in the posts. Nothing on the board. Misses the layup. New York trailing. Outside Williams. Back to Vassell.
Denver foul.
And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with this guy.
Give it up right now for the Knicks.
Thompson, high post. He's got 6. Here's Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
And Ayton just up over the top at his size to throw that one down.
And the NBA is truly an international league. I mean, look no further than DeAndre Ayton, hailing from the Bahamas.
Well, you love that him and Buddy Hield carrying the torch for their home country. Ayton is actually the second first overall pick from the Bahamas, the first one being the great Michael Thompson.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. And again, Denver no good. The Knicks with the lead. Mitchell wide open. Drills the three-pointer.
And they've done a great job knocking down those long-range shots here in the second, shooting just over 40% from downtown.
31-27.
Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Springer. He has 6. Here's Simmons. Up and in from the low block.
And that's where Simmons wants to operate as a scorer. Foul line down.
Pass to Mitchell. Some nice passing by New York here. Here's Ayton. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Ayton's got 4 points in the quarter.
Loving the confidence. Just rise and be free. And you know you can do this.
There's something to be said about knowing yourself. It allows him to shoot and shoot comfortably, even with taller defenders out there.
The Nuggets making a switch here. The Nuggets trailed by 4. Now Simmons. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Spins. Pass to Allen. Corner shot. They grab their own miss. The Knicks leading by 4. Here's Thompson. The shot missing. Excellent D there from Allen. Outside, Simmons. Here's Castle. Doubled by Bridges. Lets the 3 fly. The Nuggets with another miss. Thompson surveying the floor. Pass to Mitchell. Out to Thompson. Smith with it. And here is Ayton. He's got 9. 1:19 left in the first half of the game. Here's Castle. Fires from deep. Rebound by Smith. The Knicks leading by 4. Thompson with it, and Allen picks him up defensively. The shot by Thompson, no good.
Teammates right now covering up for the type of off performance he's having. In terms of scoring, this has not been his best night.
Takes a 3. Sinks the triple. Thompson's got 9.
And they're right around 50% for the game on their threes, and they've only gotten better as the game's gone on.
Pass to Simmons. Kicks it out to Allen. And stolen by Eaton. And now the Knicks on the break. And stolen by Simmons. Now Buzelis. He's covered by Thompson. And again, Denver no good. And so it's the New York Knicks heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. Back right after this. And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. The Nuggets trail by 7. Pass to Castle. Stolen by Thompson. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. Back falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Thompson's got the lead up to 9 now for New York. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. High post Allen. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. To the middle. 14 feet away. Allen's shot is off. The Knicks leading by 9. Outside, Ball. And Ball slams it in.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, well, I settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
And pushing it up, here's Denver. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
The length of SGA is huge there. At 6'6", he can be pretty disruptive to your offense.
Thompson outside. Back to Ball. And Ball slams it in.
I didn't think they could top that last dunk, but it only took them a couple seconds.
Not much defense, Greg, on those last few possessions, but does anyone mind?
Not at all.
Buzelis, no one around him. A 3 off the mark.
Well, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
From 18 feet away. Good as the jump shot falls. Ayton's got 11 points.
Ayton showing it could be a problem on other spots on the floor, not just the post.
Pass to Buzelis. Here's Castle. Shot clock at 6. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, thanks. With the CBA and new broadcasting deals both completed, league talk now turns to expansion. Commissioner Adam Silver says if you're a successful organization, I think it makes sense over time to continue to grow. There's no doubt that there are a lot of great cities we're interested in having in the NBA. Kevin?
So right, David, we could lay out 3, 4, 5 cities right now that would beg to have professional basketball. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Now, here's Ball. 10 points for him. And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's Ball. 6 on the shot clock. New York needs to get off a shot. The wide open shot from Strus. It's good. The assist that time from Ball.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
Pass to Walker. Allen outside. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Shoots over Ball. The Nuggets with another miss.
The team starts the second half missing 4 of 5 shots. When does the coach possibly call a timeout and reiterate what he talked about at halftime?
And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. Down by 15. Denver passing it around. Pass to Buzelis. Trying to end the drought. And the layup is up and in. Buzelis has got 9 points.
Well, recognizing the size mismatch and then turns it into an easy basket there. They've got to do a better job with defensive help.
Now here's Walker. The kick out to Williams. Misses the 3.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue. You can't give up looks like that all game long.
And your point guard's got to be the catalyst. Great job getting to the 10.
Well, Greg, he knows when they need a lift.
Did you see how much air he had under him? Wow.
Here's Vassell. Gets it to go. From 18 feet away. He's got 5.
And they are earning points with the jump shot now.
Pass to Buzelis. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. Walker a screen. And the call on the shot sends him to the line. Brent, it seems like throughout his career, Gilgeous-Alexander has an answer to whatever the defense might throw at him.
Well, the defenses don't have answers to stop him, Kevin. I know that. This guy is so quick with the basketball. He's so good at adapting on the fly with the ball, getting around the initial defender to make plays. Superstars have that quality. SGA has it in spades.
Thompson outside. Driving the lane. And right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Down low. And stolen by Thompson. And here comes Walker, leading the fast break. Smith right side. Knicks with the rebound. Playing host to Toronto for the next one. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. Thompson with the bucket.
We see this night in and night out. Thompson uses his size and elevation to make tough shots in the paint.
Outside, Walker. No good with the triple. New York leading by 15. Smith up top. Hasn't made one yet. And it's the Nuggets with the ball. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Over Smith. He drains it from the right block.
Disappointing as a player to have such a great game and still be trailing. Not over yet, though.
Pass to Thompson. Pulls it up. Rebound by Smith. The Nuggets trail by 13. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Covered by Mitchell. Smith with a wide open look. No good on the three. Thompson, high post. 15 points in the game. That one's not going to go. Smith scanning the floor. .27 seconds left here in the third quarter. Off target at the rim. Mitchell in the corner. Hands it from downtown. Mitchell's got his second bucket of the night.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
And he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
And it's Michael Malone calling timeout here. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Seconds left to play in the third. Pass to Castle. Outside for Simmons. And so it's the New York Knicks in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. And we'll see if they...
The Nuggets, 39. Here we go, man.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Here's Ball. There's the pick. To the inside. Here's Strus. That misses off the backboard. The Nuggets trail by 16. Pass to Harris. Here's Springer. Back to Harris. Here's Castle. 6 to shoot. From past the arc. Harris's shot is off. And so it's Ball who brings the ball up for the Knicks. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. The tray. Rebounded by Allen. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books.
What a great touch on that shot from LeVert. Even the foul can't interrupt the rhythm of his mechanics.
And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Knicks.
I like their defense tonight, and we don't talk about that side of the ball enough. You can really change a game when you get a bunch of steals and get out in transition.
Something else that has stood out is their up-tempo offense. And these guys have been on the track all game long. They're creating high-percentage looks, getting out there on the fast break.
And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. Making a switch here. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, well, let's summarize what Tom Thibodeau went over with his guys during the break. He told his players, I love the energy right now. You look like you're having fun out there. Keep playing for each other because our chemistry looks great right now. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David.
You could put that ball just about anywhere for Jared Allen. Puts those long arms to great use.
Vassell outside. Jump shot is good. And the Knicks lead by 14.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Kicks it out to Allen. Takes the three. They get it again. Vassell gets a hand on it.
And how about the timing Vassell has on the defensive end? Superb swat.
Pass to Ayton. Over Castle. And it's Ayton missing. The Nuggets trailed by 14. Allen right side. And then Allen slams it in.
And this is the threat that Allen gives you on the interior. Gets great position and then just jams it through.
Now Mitchell. And it's Ayton missing. Here's Springer. Smith right side. Pass to Castle. Three-pointer. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. And Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. And here's Thompson. And there's the try. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. It's going to go on Buzelis. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Pass to Buzelis. And here we go. And Ball slams it in.
Yeah, he was hungry right there. As soon as he got the steal, he was off to the races.
Tries the spin move. Here's Castle. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Now, here's Ball.
Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the tip.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Shot clock at 6. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. Allen. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Allen's got 6 in the quarter. The Knicks leading by 15. Right side, Ball. The kick out to Walker. Thompson in the corner. Those three-pointers off the mark.
Well, he had one three-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Pass to Smith. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. Off target from three-point range. Now Ball. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
That's a great swat. Jared Allen gets up there. Hard to escape his reach.
Knicks with the rebound. Here's Ball. From outside the arc. That's in for his 8th bucket tonight. A hot 8 for 11 shooting so far.
And we don't see this all that often, but is Lonzo Ball going to start calling his own number tonight? He should.
Pass to Castle. Trying Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. The Knicks leading by 18. Now ball. Back to Thompson. The kick out to Walker. Here's Vassell. And again, New York with the triple.
In perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitors.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Allen with the rebound. The Nuggets trailed by 18.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Knicks.
And guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night by these guys. I think that was a big part of their success.
Yeah, they definitely ran the break well. A big advantage in that category, and they continually put pressure on the defense.
And the wins continue to come in fairly easy for these guys in what's been a very strong year, to say the least. Tonight, of course, them up to 56 wins.
And with this win, they bring the season series to an end, guys, with a split 2 games apiece.
And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game from Ben Thompson.
So many times on the defensive end, showed off those quick mitts, jumped all over the opposition and swiped the ball away a number of times.
And taken away by Wallace over Smith. Wallace misses. Confident play we're seeing out of him.
Yeah, and the scoreboard tells the story.
There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Mitchell. Just 5 to shoot. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Denver ball.
There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. So no problem for New York as they get the win. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. I think they built off that edge of being here and played with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
And that about wraps it up.